Welcome to TestTube, a place where we can share our knowledge through short videos. Even you can contribute to us by making a small video of any problem that you face in your life and how you have solved it. The video can be as short and as simple as possible, and you upload it in your Google Drive and share that link to us through that email that is shown over in this video. This way we can build a rich library having solution to any problem that anybody could possibly face in their life, and they can find a solution over here in this comment space. And by the way, the video will be uploaded with your name on it so that you can have all the credit for this. Thank you. In this video, we are going to see how to call one test case from another test case along with the arguments, or you can say the dynamic arguments, or you can say the runtime arguments. So that's what we are going to see. And now let us start the video. In our earlier session, we have seen how to read and write data from Excel, and now for our session on how to call a test case from another test case, I have created a folder called call a test case, wherein I have created two test cases. One is call test case and another one is calling test case. So now let's see what is inside call test case. So in call test case, I have written a script which will open the browser, um, and it will open the argument is URL. This is a variable, and here we have this tab called variables, where we can declare the variables and declare the values for those variables which we are using inside our particular test case. So these are called as test case variables which are specific for that particular test case. So in my test case, I have used these three variables: URL, username, and password. And these are the values that I am going to pass to these variables. Alright. So my URL will take the value which is present in this URL variable, which is open source demo web page. So I have opened that web page and I have entered the username, I have entered the password, and I clicked on login button, and after that I do some actions. Alright, so you see it here. So I'm doing some actions, by which is adding an employee, for instance, and after that I logged out of that page. So this is all this test case is about. And here let me set the variables to some correct value. So I'm keeping the variable as admin, so username, and I'm keeping the password as admin. Then these are variables for this particular test case. Let me run this one now. So I click on run button. It is running the test case. It has opened the browser and entered the URL, entered the credentials, logged into it, and it is doing whatever it is supposed to do as part of this particular test case. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this test case inside another test case. Alright, so I have created another test case called calling test case, and inside this I may have some code which will do something. And before I do that, I wanted to run this test case because this particular test case has a dependency on this test case. Let's say that is the case. Then I have to call the test case first. And okay, what the test case is actually doing is it is adding an employee and logging it out. Let us say, for instance, I restricted this test only till adding an employee, and I didn't do logout. And after that, let us say in this test case, I wanted to do delete employee. Alright, so I'll have some code uh, related to deleting employee. So I'll have some number of codes which are meant for deleting an employee. So in order to delete an employee, first I should have added an employee, right? So how this is done is, instead of writing the code again to add an employee, I would have simply called this test case, which is doing that add employee, right? So I'll call the test case first, and then I'll execute this deleting employee code in this particular test case. So that is one scenario which will lead to calling a test case from another test case. Like this, there will be many situations wherein you wanted to call one test case from another test case. Okay, so our earlier test has failed, and it has because there is one Excel uh, it is trying to write data into, and that was open, and that's why it has failed, but nothing else. It has run the test successfully, as you see. You have seen that it has entered the credentials and it has added the employee, right? So that part is success, as you can see here, and it has logged out as well, right? So that means the test is success, except that there is some failure in some file handling. So let's ignore it for a moment. And now what do I do is, I will change the variables. I'll change the variables to admin123. And now let me run the same test case. So in this case, it should fail while it try to log into that orange HRM page, because I have uh, given the wrong username, right? Okay, you can see. Okay, it has entered the credentials and clicked the login button. By the time we didn't see it, but as you see, it has shown this message as invalid credentials. It has shown this message because instead of admin, we tried to enter admin123. From here, you can see it tried to, it has read username as admin123, and it tried to set the same thing over here. So the same test cases which has executed earlier has failed now because it has tried to use admin123 as the username, right? This is clear. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to call this test case from this test case, and this time I'm going to pass the arguments manually uh, from here. So now let us see um, how to call the test case. So before I explain this one, I'll just show you how do you call a test case easily. So here you can use this keyword web UI, which has access to call test case, and I'm choosing it here. You can choose this also. It has 3 arguments, including what to do, how to handle a failure handling. So I'm selecting this one for now, and you can pass the argument as a test case which you wanted to call, and the uh, variables which you wanted to pass as an arguments to the test case. So here you can enter like this, or else you can switch to manual mode, and here you can select the test case which you wanted to call. For example, you wanted to call this call test case, so select the test case. If you wanted to call this test case, you will select that test case. So you select that test case, and inside the arguments you go there. So it will take the key pair values as the arguments mostly. As you see, it is taking the map. You can use the other variables also if you wanted to pass, but in this case I wanted to pass the key value pairs. So here you have to give the key value and pair. So right, I wanted to pass just the username and password. If that is the case, I will pass only those arguments. If I wanted to pass all these three, I'll pass all the three variables. I can select any variable which I don't want to pass, and I can delete this one. Alright, and click on OK. Okay. So now you go to script mode and you see it again. Okay. Your test case is created along with the arguments over here. Right. So this is how simple you can create it in a manual way. Or if you are familiar with the script mode, you can just use this method, find test case, and give the path where the test case is kept and separated by comma. You can start entering the second argument, which is a list of key value pairs. Right. So that's how you can do it. Now this is done. So if you notice it here, what I'm doing now is I'm calling the test case, which is called test case, but I'm giving instructions to run this test case along with these arguments, but not the arguments which are already with the test case. Alright. So, and whatever we are defining here, these are referred to the arguments which are kept in the variables tab. Alright. So these variables which are mapped over here are referred as arguments in our calling test case. Right. So in the original test case, these are the original values which are defined for username, password, and URL. And by calling it from another test case, you are overriding these values of these variables with the values which you are passing it over here. So I'm passing the username as this one, password as this one. So these values will be overriding these two values. And since I'm not talking anything about URL, the URL variable will have the value as it was. Alright, so that's what is happening. So now I can just run this test case. Earlier the test case has failed. Now it should success because we are passing the arguments remotely from another test case, and those variables are the correct variables. Now let us see. It has opened the browser. It has entered admin this time instead of admin123. It is doing the other operations. Before that, we'll switch here and we see. So this is the test case. So instead of taking admin123, it took admin as a username, and that's why it is able to run the test case successfully instead of failing. So this is how you call the test case with the arguments of your choice, or you can also call it as dynamic arguments during the runtime which you are passing to the test case, right? So this is how this is done, very simple and effective. And when we come to the possible cases or scenarios where this will be helpful, one is as I described here. For example, if you wanted to do some testing, and it has a dependency of another test case. First, you run the test case which has a dependency on it, and then you write your code which is specific to this test case. For example, if you are talking about deleting an employee, first you have to add an employee. So instead of writing the code again for deleting an employee test case, you call the test case which is adding an employee for you, and then write the code for deleting that employee. So that is one case where it is useful. And another possible scenario will be uh, you wanted to test the login for different users and check certain operations. In that case, what you have to do is, all you have to do is you have to call that call test case which is doing that login action, but passing different variables. So you can do it like any number of times. So you can call this test case again over here, and this time pass a different set of variables. So like this, you can do how many times, how many ever times you want by just passing a different variable. This is something similar to data-driven testing. This is also, I would say, another way to achieve the data-driven testing, wherein we are doing the same test using different variables or different credentials in this case. So which will lead to data-driven testing. All right. So that is something again uh, leading to data-driven testing also. So that's all for this video. Thank you.
If you have any videos like this, please upload them in your Google Drive and share that link to us in that email given over here so that we can upload it for you with your name on it. And that way we can build a common repository where anybody can find solution to the problems which they are facing. Thanks for your support, and please subscribe to this channel if you wanted to see more videos like this. Bye.